APC national leader Bola Tinubu has accused the Senate President Bukola Saraki and the House of Rep Speaker Accusations Dogara of padding the budgets over time and causing the distortions as well as delays to the passage of these budgets dating back to 2015. This has caused a massive debate, with Saraki coming out to say that those allegations are irresponsible while asking Tinubu to go ahead and provide proof of him and his associates doing that. That's the crux of our conversation right here. My name is Gloria Oje Emodi, and to talk about this with me in the studio, I have Dr. Jeff Ojunika. He is a former House of Reps member. Welcome.
Thank you.
And of course, I have a colleague who is a journalist, the editor-in-chief of the Authority newspaper, in the person of Malachi Uzendu. Welcome.
It's my pleasure.
Okay, let's go straight to it. I'm starting with you, Dr. Jeff. Some people have said Tinubu's comments are based on partisan politics and just for his ability or his desire to rule or control powers at the Senate. But barring any partisan politics or affiliations, could there be some truth to his allegations?
Well, I can rightly say that the statement is political, and coming from Tinubu at this point in time, when the issue at stake is that of evolution of the new leadership of the National Assembly. I'm sure maybe trying to whittle down the powers of the incumbent Senate President and the Chairman of the National Assembly from possibly interfering or having a hand in the process of the evolution of the new leadership. The budget must be prepared by the President. But on another hand, the Constitution invested in the National Assembly by saying that the national budget will be as prescribed by the National Assembly, meaning that if it's prescription, that is, they determine what it becomes. So, but a situation where possibly you send your budget, by the time it comes out, you don't recognize that budget again as your budget, is something that will require the Supreme Court coming in to interpret the limitations.
Remember, sometime in 2016, that the former Chairman House Committee on Appropriations, Jibril Abdul-Mumin, his name then, he actually accused the authorities of the National Assembly, if I should put it that way, of inviting or putting in over 2,000 fictitious budgets into the budget cycle. And according to him, he even accused them of introducing over 40 billion naira worth of projects, constituency projects, into the budget. And he did say at the time, this was one of the reasons it was difficult to come to a consensus when it came to the budget. What do you have to say about that?
The issues they talk about, pardon, no pardon, all those things are alien, all those things are not known to our law. There's nothing that you can, there is nothing for today that you can say that somebody has violated this law.
So they can actually do it, and the Constitution allows them to do it.
Of course. If not, somebody would have been charged to court for violating provisions of our law. But right now, the law says the budget is as prescribed by the National Assembly.
I want to bring you in, Mr. Malachi Uzendo. I mean, you are a journalist. You've covered all of these, and you have watched the National Assembly over a period of time. I still want to take you back to the comment of Honorable Abdul Mumin, who says that who basically accused his colleagues of padding the budget and, of course, bringing in all of these constituency projects, which most of them do not end up, getting completed and all of that. When you relate it to what Tinubu said, is there a point there? Is there something that people should be looking at?
The ordinary man out there is not interested in even what they call the budget, because the budgets have always been violated. If you go back, pick the budget from 1999 up to 2019, there is none of those budgets that were implemented 70%. So what happens? There is no accountability in the budget. And then if you get back to what Jubril Abdul Mumin said, how many people have been indicted? He doesn't even have the facts. He will just come, make a statement, and then there will become noise all over the places. The issue should be about implementation. You put a project in the budget. By next year, that project disappears. It doesn't come back. There is no accountability. If you said you are going to generate X amount of money, nobody knows precisely how much is eventually generated. So those are the fundamental issues.
All right, let's go back to Tinubu. What does he stand to gain by bringing up these allegations at this time?
No, he is a party leader. The party is trying as much as possible to see what they can do to cover everybody's eyes so that they can form government. It is good if they do that.
Why would he
but interestingly,
here's the thing.
Interestingly, he is the leader, so-called, of the APC. And he has his own personal pecuniary interests that he wants to bring in. So if he could introduce as much distractions as possible at any point in time, it helps him to scale through. All those things that they are doing are selfish and personal. It has nothing to do with national interest, quote me. And I can ask you to invite us back 6 months after the inauguration. Let us check and reconfirm whether there are things that have improved on the livelihood of the ordinary person. So he is looking for somebody, one of his cronies, he could install as either the leader of the House of Reps or the leader in the Senate or maybe committee chairman and so on and so. As much as he's able to distract his opponents, including fellow party members.
But you see, that's the interesting thing here. I really want to put across to both of you, because some people will say if this was a thing for selfish interest and for party, interest, the APC definitely seems to have this one in the bag. I mean, they are the majority in both houses. I mean, if you're talking about his cronies, he has already endorsed Bajabi Amila in the House of Representatives and Ndume, of course, in the Senate, which for all intents and purposes, where we're sitting right now, it feels like a shoo-in for them. So why in the world would he be stirring the waters against an outgoing Senate president, outgoing House of Reps member, who are almost, for some people will say, history at the moment? Why is he doing this right now? Coming to you, Dr. Jeff.
Well, he knows why, because those people still have a lot of role to play in the new leadership.
Even with Saraki leaving the National Assembly entirely.
He's still the chairman of the National Assembly until maybe 6th or 7th of
9th of June. Actually.
And until then, he still holds a lot of influence.
Yeah, let me add. Honorable Jinaka was at the House of Reps.
That's exactly.
Now, let me tell you, if you try to discountenance his capabilities of influencing some people that are coming in the National Assembly, then you are in there for a huge joke. So all of them are people of influence that can make one or two things to happen. So if they knock off his hands and legs and cripple him, the better for them. That's what they are doing.
A big thank you to you, Dr. Ojenika, for taking time to give us your thoughts on this, as well as of Malachi Uzendo for being right here to give us your thoughts. Please, let's hear what you think about this said topic. Go to our comment section and talk to us. My name is Gloria Oje Emodi, and you're watching Roots TV Nigeria.